Hello and welcome to Sudha's Apparel Patterns. In this video, I will show you how to reuse and convert kids kurti to make a box pleated dress. This is the front and back of the kurti I will be using. This kurti has got a lining inside. I will be using the top part as center panel and bottom print for making a purse to go with the dress. For making the box pleated skirt, I will be using 2 meters of navy colored satin jacquard fabric with rose motifs. To begin with, I will cut the center panel by marking the length from shoulder down as 40 centimeters. Plus 5 centimeters will be added for seam allowance. As said, the printed piece will be used for making a simple purse to go with the dress. Cut the center panel by keeping the shoulder as 5 centimeters. Now I will cut the side panels from the navy fabric having 60 inches width. I have made a bodice with front and back neck, shoulder, armhole and side panel. I will use this side panel pattern to cut on the navy fabric. Cut 4 pieces of side panels, 2 for front and 2 for back. Keep seam allowance of 4 cm for side seam and 2 cm for armhole, shoulder and side panel. Puffed sleeve pattern will also be cut on navy fabric. Keep seam allowance of 4 cm for side seam and 2 cm each for sleeve cap and hem. Now I will show you how to attach the side panels to the center panel. To begin with, flat open the center panel as shown. Then first do shoulder seam of side panels before attaching side to center panels. For shoulder seam, first do plain seam and flatten it. Then trim only back seam and fold front seam over the back to do edge seam. Shoulder seam on side panels is done. Now place the side panels over the center panel to attach them. To attach side panels, first do plain seam and then do zigzag seam to finish raw edges of fabric. Iron to flat the seam on top and do edge seam on right side of the side panel for better finish. Now we will attach the puff sleeves to the armhole. These are the 2 pieces of the puff sleeve I have cut on navy fabric. First make 2 parallel lines of gather stitches on the sleeve cap. Then pull threads as shown on top of the fabric to form gathers. Attach gathered sleeves on both armholes and then do gathers on sleeve hem to attach piping. This is the fabric I will be using for making the piping bands. Cut 2 bands of 4 cm width to do sleeve hem piping. Fold them as shown to do 1 cm wide piping bands. Then do gathers on the sleeve hem. Keep 4 cm seam allowance on both sides. Pull the gathers of the sleeve hem as shown. And keep 4 cm seam allowance on both sides with no gathers. Measure the sleeve hem. Attach piping band by keeping sleeve hem in between as shown and do edge machining. Sleeve hem piping is attached. Now I will make box pleats for the dress. To mark box pleats on bottom skirt, come in from selvage by 8 cm. Then mark 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 cm, which is the measurement for one box pleat. Same way I have made 7 box pleats. These pleats are done for back piece of the dress. Its length is 50 cm plus 12 cm seam allowance for hem and width is 100 cm. But you can keep the length as per your requirement. Hold the box pleats with pins as shown and iron each box pleat. I have done box pleat marking on top, middle and bottom of the skirt so that the pleats are evenly formed from top to bottom. First 2 cm will go inside. The top part of the box pleat will be 4 cm in width. Keep an iron nearby to form each pleat. So the pleat is set. Same way, form the box pleats for the front part of the skirt. Do marking of one pleat at a time. Attach top piece to bottom box pleat skirt with plain seam on inner side and edge seam on the right side. So this way place the top and do plain seam holding the box pleat and the top. To give a better finish, do edge seam on the top part of the garment. Then cut a belt that is 22 cm wide and 120 cm in length. This belt will be attached on top after the dress side seam is done. You can finish this with an edge seam. Measure half waist plus 4 cm ease for seam allowance and mark the seam allowance from sleeve to the top. Then do A-line shaping on bottom pleated skirt as shown. From that marking, go out by 1 cm and do plain seam on the right side of garment. So from here I will come out by 1 cm and do a plain seam. This is how I have done a plain seam. Then trim the seam to 0.5 cm. See to it that you don't trim the stitch line. You have to cut at 0.5 cm from the stitch line. This is the stitch line and the cut line. Then turn the garment inside, iron the seam on the edge and do one more seam at 1 cm from edge. Then turn the garment on right side and iron for better finish. Box pleated dress with shoulder princess line and puffed sleeve is ready. This is the belt I have attached in front from bottom edge over the top with a slip stitch. It is only attached in the front. This is the back part of the belt. As said, I have also made a simple and cute little purse made from the remaining kurti fabric to go with the dress. This is the back side of the dress. The dress hem is finished with edge seam. Hem is kept 10 cm wide. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to Sudha's Apparel Patterns. Until next time, happy sewing.